Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Quit Acting Stupid. I am your host, Jamie Paredes, and joining me as always are my two brothers, Rudolph and Bobby D. Say hello, fellas.
Hi. I
All
think
right.
this is
Well,
now my.
as you
I
may,
think this is now my signature move.
yeah.
Anyway,
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Well, as many of you probably didn't even notice, but we were absent last week. We missed quite a bit. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I didn't get to use my you lying. You ain't never met no Dr. Martin Luther the King.
Dr.
Huh?
Martin Luther the King. Dr.
A
King.
little yes. I didn't get to use that line. Which Quentin doesn't really get our movie lines anyway.
Missed opportunities.
because
He did
he
say
hasn't seen half the movies.
he did say that I used the Talladega Nights line once, but I don't remember using it. So
Well, so that's really all that's happened since we've been gone. Can you believe it?
is that it?
Um,
Is that it?
That's not all that's happened. That's
This
not
will
all.
be this will be an abbreviated show because Jamie has to eat and take his back pill. Yes. See,
We
the goal
always
is
talk
to make
about-
him laugh and
Make
my
him laugh
God.
as much as we can because we can see how much discomfort he's in,
Oh.
how much pain. We always joke about the George Lopez bit. I got a pain in my chest and I can breathe. He's
Yes.
got a pain in his back and he
Yep.
can't move.
Yes, everybody. I do have I have a little bit of a back problem. You could say. Long
So
story short,
yeah.
what?
No, I was just gonna say. So what happened? How did it happen, brother?
Well, I've been having
As if we're
issues.
concerned.
I
Yeah,
know, right?
yeah. I've been having issues ever since that car accident. So you guys should feel bad because I was in a car accident
Oh,
back.
don't blame it on a car accident.
Yeah.
Small as my
So
limb.
with the cold weather was carrying around Alicia, and I think it locked up on me. To where
I'm picturing like a robot. I'm picturing a droid. I'm picturing like CP3O or C3PO rather.
dude, I mean, in here, and don't come at me with all this. Well, you've never been pregnant, but hey, pregnancy. This was much tougher than
It's a
any.
breeze, huh?
Yeah. Don't come. Don't at me, bro.
Yeah.
No, this is way better than I'm sure pregnancy is. So yeah,
I don't know.
I mean,
I had gallbladder attacks. Those are pretty brutal. So
I'm sure you just had to loosen your skirt. I'm sure, and then you
I
were fine.
had a catheter removed, and that is the worst pain.
That's brief. This has been like over a week. So
Prolonged. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
yeah. But anyway, so I'm much better. Thanks for asking, fellas. Actually, no, I'm not much better. I was better, and then I had another setback overnight because I tried to sleep in a bed for the first time, and then so I think that was part of it. But I went to grab something out of the pantry, and when I pulled it out, it clipped the shelf above it, and so it was like getting ready to fall out of my hands, and so I like double clutched or like like just moved, yeah, and oh my
Flinched.
god,
Yeah.
oh, I never MF so loud in my life. It was bad.
Just
Yeah.
it's only good if the kids can hear you. Did the
Right.
girls hear you?
That's-
Oh no, but I did scare the crap out of Avery when I was trying to walk down some stairs, and then my back just like it's literally like a cattle prod, just somebody stuck you in the back, and I just had to like clutch the banister and just like I let out the loudest moan, and I could just feel her eyes in the back of my head, like, what is he doing?
What is
'Cause,
wrong
yeah.
with him?
That's
Yeah.
God punishing you. That's what Mom would say.
Yeah,
Punishing you. Yeah,
God
that's
punishing you. So
yeah. So I'm glad we could all have a laugh at my expense.
yeah, sorry fans that we were away for so long, but
Jamie's fault.
It's all Jamie's
Yeah.
fault. So
And as much as I say how I fear being the old parent at the girls' school, rolling up, it was bad because Alicia had like a winter party at her school, and so I had to park. And of course, lots of people were there, so I had to park far away. and I'm walking in there like I have a turd in my butt or something. Like I'm like inching along, like trying to, yeah, I'm grimacing, and it was just awful. Oh man,
No, it would
yeah,
have
it
been
was
hilarious. I would get given anything to get that video. That would have been funny.
What's
a,
so? Go ahead.
winter party.
Yeah,
It's
that's where I was going. What
a
winter party in
party
January?
party at school that happens in the wintertime. Just don't ask. I don't know.
Weren't they a
It
Catholic school? Can't they have a Christmas party?
No, this is Alicia. So she's
Oh,
at
okay, I
the
got you.
early childhood center. Yeah.
I
So
got you. Winter
um
party. Okay.
yeah. It was but man, when my back would seize up, it was like God, there was one time I was going to the bathroom and I had to plan ahead. Like I had to plan 5 minutes ahead because I knew it was gonna take me that long to get up out of a chair and actually walk to the bathroom. And there's one time where it was close. And I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Hannibal, where it's basically Hannibal Lecter, and he's killing this dude, and he's like got him hung out the window, like in the square of the city that they're in, and he like guts him, like, and all his like insides come out or whatever and splatter on the ground. That's kind of what I was feeling like when I had to go to the bathroom, and it's seized up. I'm like, oh my God, I'm just gonna lose control of everything right here. It just it was bad.
So, were you
So
able
we need
to?
to get him some Depends. We need to get him a walker.
Yeah, probably.
He's accepting canes as gifts. Not
Were you
crazy.
able to? Were you able to wipe yourself, or did you need help?
It was tough. It was tough. One time
That's
I
what
just
the
hopped
little
in the
ones are
showers,
for.
like, screw it.
Just hose it off. Just spread them, and
Just get
do you
some
have a
water over
removable?
there.
Do you have a removable shower head that you could
I
kind of
do.
get
I
in?
do. It's like and it worked perfectly. It wouldn't have been any better if I had like a bunny rabbit and just yeah.
Emily, sanitize that shower before you get in there. That's
That's what I said. You
disgusting.
should have made it. You should have made Avery wipe your butt because she's
That-
gonna have to do that in 20 more years anyway. So.
That's
Right.
disgusting. That's
disgusting.
disgusting.
Hey, you did it for her, so it's turnabout's fair play here.
I guarantee you nobody knows that that line.
That was the ladies' man.
I know. I'm just saying nobody else but us.
Everyone
ladies'
should
man.
know the ladies' man. The ladies'
Bottle of
man
Cavassier.
present. Yeah. Got my Cavassier here.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
caller. Caller.
Make him laugh more. Make him laugh more.
Yes.
Seize up. Seize up.
Go ahead, caller. I'm listening. Yes.
Oh my God. This is okay. All right. Anyway.
So
enough
coaching.
about my back.
So coaching.
Coaching. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, we had this I guess this idea to come up with this topic, coaching, because our dad, he was originally going to be our guest, or we talked about it, and I don't think he wanted any part of being on our show.
I think
He wouldn't have needed a microphone because he would have said all of maybe 3 words.
No, I think he would have talked too much, and we wouldn't have had time. Like he's so verbal, and yeah.
Yes,
But at one point or another, we've all been coaches, right? I mean, we've all coached different teams and different things. You're coaching one right now.
I am coaching. And so that's kind of why I think we come after it. As parents who are coaching their kids, as when we were kids being coached by our dad, and just kind of the I guess the rewards, the benefits, the funny haha stories that have come out of it. But yes, we could start with me because I am coaching currently it's first graders, but we're playing second grade basketball.
So we can start there, like, because when we were little, I know I started early with Don Bosco in the 4th grade, but our schools normally start in 5th grade. But now, yeah, you got to get started at first, which is crazy, but it's got to happen
Before they're
everyone else is playing, and if you're not playing, you're just
behind.
getting behind. Yeah,
right. And we have one girl. We have one girl on our first grade team that is playing in the second grade division, who played last year. So she played in kindergarten. I'm like, I wasn't even thinking about that. Like, yeah, but okay. And I'm just like, hey, it's Avery at your school. Just sign up. Let's just do it.
Right.
And then I'm like, well, I got to have my nose in everything because of how I was the last 2 years she played t-ball. And I was like, once the the coach called it home base. I was like, okay, this guy's out of his
Out.
league. He doesn't know.
It's not home base. It's not home base.
No, that's the name of DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince's 4th album. It's not home base. It's
Home base.
late.
Yeah. So I mean, if I know that this like a coach has no clue what they're doing, it stresses me out. And so so I went ahead and
Because
like,
they're
hey,
teaching
let's
them
do it.
wrong.
It's embarrassing. Yeah, I don't want my kid on any part of that team. No.
Right.
I mean,
right.
because if anybody knows sports, I mean, it's the three of us, right? I mean, I don't think that there are many people in this city, in this country, I dare say, that know more about sports.
Yeah.
I know you're saying that tongue in cheek, but I'm pretty sure.
A little bit of both.
I'm pretty sure we're.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Now for me, it's brought a new dynamic in that it's all girls. Because I think I coached t-ball back in the fall, and that was, I mean, there were like 4 girls on the team, but it was boys. It was boys t-ball.
Right.
And so this is like all girls. So it's like, okay, the other day at our game, the girl got hit in the face with the basketball twice, and she starts crying. I'm like, this is where I usually make the joke, let's just cut it off or something, like try to make the kid laugh.
Rub some dirt on it. Yeah.
That wasn't happening this time around. So I kind of had to like, are you okay? Or
You gotta go.
Where's your parent? Is your parent here?
let me know when you can go back in. That's kind of that
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
She got
way to show empathy there. Way to
blood. She had blood in her nose, like just
no. Luckily, no blood. But yeah, I would know.
So
I wouldn't
immediately,
have no
I'm picturing Marsha Brady getting hit in the face with the ball.
Basically, yeah.
Oh my
And I
God.
just realized that 90% of our audience just doesn't realize who Marsha Brady is. But
Yes,
yeah.
they do. Stop. Our audience knows who Marsha Brady is. Everybody does.
Yeah.
So that is weird though. Like, so I've never coached an all girls anything, but yeah, I wouldn't know exactly what to.
Yeah,
how to
because
navigate.
you're like, I would catch myself like we started talking about rebounds. I was like, wait, they have no idea what a rebound is. Like it's so
Yeah, you got to start from square one.
yeah. And so I mean
bounce pass. Yeah.
we've done a few bounce passes and the bounce pass joke. Go ahead and you want to.
Oh, that's
where does that come from?
I mean, it's our dad when he coached our team. I guess he just really wanted us to bounce pass.
I mean, you get tired of seeing kids throw chest passes and they're getting intercepted by the defense. I mean, hey, we did teach you one other pass. It was the bounce pass.
I don't know. I didn't have a lot of turnovers. I was kind of amazing, so that was what I was going to ask you. Like, how do you know, like, because I was extremely good at everything I did sports wise, basketball, baseball. I was kind of the best.
Oh, he was serious. Sorry.
Yeah. Out of all of us, I was the best for sure. But I mean, just
At
in
what?
general, at everything, at basketball, baseball, everything.
Okay. Okay. My 8 RBIs against Shelby's
struck out the side back-to-back innings in an all-star game. Have you done that? Have you hit a home run over the fence?
No, but I did get 12 struck out 12 Roca Vendings.
Roca Vending? Yeah, no.
Go ahead. I'm letting you guys all talk because I'm going to trump you here in a second.
Oh my God! But
I'm the only one that played college football, NCAA Division III.
Put played in quotes.
I got in a game. I got in a game. Go to the headquarters in Indianapolis, Indiana at the NCAA, and you will see that I've got into one game in the fall of '93. So I played college football. Yes.
Oh, good Lord. Anyways, my point is, like, can you tell after 2 games if Avery's got any skill there or?
This is the thing with her. She looks like she knows what she's doing, but she doesn't have an aggressive bone in her body.
Right.
So instead of when the ball's coming down, like this happened in the game the other day, instead of reaching her arms up over her head to get the ball, she covered her head and tried to protect herself from getting hit.
Maybe if she would have got hit, that tooth would have came out.
Oh my God! Don't get me started on that thing. Jesus.
Yeah, we'll do that another time. But
subject for a different day.
I saw her working on that, but yeah.
But yeah, no. It's been quite the experience dealing with girls, and just I found myself, I was incredibly competitive. Like the aggression part, that was I had that from day one. Like I had to have the ball in basketball
You
or
were
in
you were a chucker. You were a chucker.
yeah. I mean,
You're a
I
ball
had
hawk.
to go get it. If I didn't have it, that was the easiest way to get it, was to just go get it, you know? And so she's the opposite of me. And as I found that as a coach, when I'm coaching kids, I'm the complete opposite. I'm all about the, oh, let's have fun, and and oh, that I don't I mean, you know, back when we coached Manny's team, Rudy and Bobby, that was quite an experience when all three of us coached on the same baseball team. I
Oh
mean, there
my
were so
god.
many, there were so many other people, I think, that get so hardcore about it and
Well,
just
that
ram it down the kid's throat, that it's like you want to be the opposite. You don't even want to be like that.
that's kind of my thing. So, how old were the kids when we coached them baseball? What
Gosh,
I think
8, 9.
8 or
yeah,
9? So,
about
like,
right.
I know when I was that age, I mean, I'd get home from school, and if I had an 8:30 game at 3 and 2, I was in my uniform immediately. And I literally, this sounds lame and what, but I'm visualizing what's going to happen that night. Who are we
Oh
playing? What
yeah,
am I going to be like when
yeah.
I'm in the field? What am I going to be like in the batter's box? All that stuff. So, like, when I got to coaching my son, Manny, and I doubt he'll even watch this, but like, I could tell, like, he was there. He was more interested in making everybody on the team laugh. Like, and he was younger, but it's like I couldn't get
Avery.
him to focus. And but then you see people like Jake Thomas. Like, you just knew this kid's going to play at the next level. Next level meaning high school.
High
And you
school.
can kind of tell this guy's going to be a college baseball player. Who knows what level college? I think I just saw that he signed with a letter of intent with
Butler.
Butler. Yeah. So, I mean, that's NCAA baseball. I mean, that's solid. But you could tell immediately at 8 years old that that kid was,
Right.
this kid wants to play, because he was there to play baseball. To where, Manny and some of the other kids who shall remain nameless, Cascio, they just loved making each other laugh. They had fun, which is fun too. You all want to be there and have fun and make them enjoy the game. You don't want them to hate the game, but you could tell some kids were there from like an early age. They were going to do it. And so,
Right.
yeah.
But we were extremely competitive, and then I think that translated to when we became coaches too, or at least it did for me, because I remember coaching our younger brother Andrew, and when our dad was coaching him, and I guess I would have probably been early 20s, and I was kind of the assistant coach, so I was there on the bench with dad, and I just remember getting so into those games. I mean, the calls. I mean, you're the competitive fire never really goes away unless you just, like you said, Jamie, just say, oh, we're just out here to have fun, and if that's fun too. I mean, that's fine. But I just remember getting so amped and so into these calls that yeah, at one point I think I almost got kicked out of one of Andrew's games, and I know
I
Dad used to tell me to sit down and shut up, and I was giving these referees an earful, but
So was that game at St. Anne's?
I think it was at St. Stephen's.
I remember a game at St. Anne's when you got a little bit out of hand too, like
it might have
embarrassed.
been more than one occasion, because I've been known to have a little bit of a temper when I'm a coach. So
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
what's embarrassing is when you're assistant coach with a guy that you've known for several years here in our parish, and he's never seen you as an assistant coach, and so then I just kind of had to give him a heads up, a warning that I kind of turned into it's like Hulk Hogan or Hulk Hogan. It's like the Incredible Hulk, David Banner. I became a different person, and I warned him. I said, once we get in these games, and yeah, it's gonna be a different me coming out. And boy, I think he was shocked. I had warned him, but yeah, it was just like I just
Anybody get kicked out of a parochial school basketball game? Like, I got kicked out of the game for fighting on the court. They ended the game
You
because
did?
yeah, at St. Mary's. Remember?
For fighting?
Yeah, 8th grade, Joe Kern like shoved me. I still have the video. We just put it on like a zip drive for the whole team because I found the video of it. We didn't lose very often. My class, we didn't. And the only team that could beat us was Holy Family. And so, yeah, this was like our last game of 8th grade years, the St. Mary's tournament. And it was inevitable we were going to lose. There was like 6 seconds left on the clock. The game was over. And coming out of the timeout, I told the guys, I'm like, I'm hitting the first person that gets the ball. I'm hitting them. So sure enough, they pass it into the biggest guy on the court, Phil Glorioso, humongous kid. And I jumped and threw like a forearm at him. And I bounced off. Like I hit him and bounced off the other way. Did nothing to him. He took the ball, threw it at me. Benches cleared. They called the game. Like game was over. You guys don't remember this at all?
No.
Game
We
was
gotta get
over.
this video though. There's video that exists.
Yes, there's video. I have it.
Okay.
In fact, like I said, we just put it on a zip drive. So I'll get. We'll have the video. But yeah, they ended the game. That next Monday when we got to school, Miss Wilson called our whole team into the principal's office, and she just ripped us apart. Sam Peixoto was our head coach.
I think I do. Some of this is coming back to me a little bit now.
Sam Peixoto was our head coach. He was never allowed to coach again at Holy Cross because of this incident. That was not my. So I had a little bit of a temper too. I didn't like to lose. Like I said, we didn't lose very often. And the only team that we knew we would have a fight against was Holy Family. And and this being our last game, I'm like, meh. Let's go. Meh.
So who cares about the
So
sports?
hopefully Avery gets that fire in her and maybe.
No, it's not there. I mean, you joke around about so and so is just out there picking flowers. She literally was picking flowers when she played soccer.
I was gonna say flowers in basketball.
But literally, it's soccer. Yeah, it was. But hey, it's just for me at this point, it's just kind of keeping active. Yeah, I want her to just do things.
So, I think that's important when they're this age, is just to keep them active, and then and then you weed them out as they get older. They're gonna, if they're not interested, but
you want to keep their interest as long as possible. I mean, that's the thing. You want to keep them coming back, and hey, that was fun. I want to do it again next year. But I can't believe we've gotten this far into the podcast and we haven't even asked him. So he says he's coaching a basketball team. What's his record?
Hey, yes, we don't keep score.
There you go. And now we've hit on something. But I think back when we were kids, not keeping score.
Now, keep in mind, we were 5th grade, so we were a little bit older than these kids.
We didn't start as young as they do now.
But I still almost feel like, what the hell are we doing this for if we're not keeping score? Like, the kids also need to learn winning and losing. Like, no,
because we become a nation of poor losers, poor winners. Really, I mean, the first thing I was telling Tomas this the other day, the first thing that you want to do, society wants to do when they win, is they want to go and rub it in the loser's face. I mean, you see it all over social media.
I can see that. I think I've coached a pretty wide range of ages. Like when I started coaching, I coached Quentin T-ball age, so about the age Avery is. I did his like basketball from like 4th through 8th grade, so kind of the middle school kind of age. And I think that's probably I mean 2nd grade. I think you probably don't want to keep score. They don't even know what they don't know the rules. They don't. I mean they don't.
Okay, so now you've hit on something else too. We rush these kids into sports these days, and we don't teach fundamentals. I remember with every sport my kids played, it was immediately, let's go into the games. And it was like, hey, are we going to like take infield? Remember we would take infield for hours, and that was so boring, but we would just take infield over and over. Well, you know what? When the ball was hit, we knew what to do with the ball. We knew second base for one, back to first for double play. I mean, it's just these days, they don't even focus on the fundamentals. They just rush the kids into games immediately.
Right. I think a lot of it now is for the pictures, or for the, just to see your kid in a uniform. I know back when Quentin played in the Blue Springs football league or whatever, they had kindergartners. It was flag football. Kindergarten and 1st grade was flag football, but they dressed them out in actual football helmets, and they had football pants on with pads in them and everything. And it was like, well, whose whose bright idea is this? Well, it's some dad that's, wanting to see his kid in a helmet. That's what he wants. He didn't care that it's flag football. He just,
Yeah.
and so that's kind of, I think, what you're running into now. And then you have anymore. And I don't remember if this was an issue back when we played when we were little, but parents just dropping their kids off like, hey, I got a free babysitter for an hour and a half,
Yeah. I
and
think
then
a
not
lot
really
of that.
taking much interest in their kids' activity. Like me, I feel like even if it's just a practice, I feel like I have to be there. Like I want to selfishly soak it all in. You know
Well,
what I
yeah,
mean?
because there's a finite number of practices and
Mhm.
games that your kid will
Right.
play,
Some
period.
day
And
ends, yeah.
so I'm not gonna miss any of them if I can help it. Like, yeah, I have to be at all of them for sure.
Right.
Weekend
Yeah. And
ends
then
is kind of tough too because this was the first year that Tomas didn't play football, and some people will give me grief and say, well, you were trying to live through him, but I was just excited about him playing, and I wanted to see him go as long as possible because you just said it. I mean, there are a finite number of games, and if you can't play football when you're 38 years old, you can't play it when you're 30 years old. There's only a short window of time in which you have to play and
Right.
enjoy it, and not have to deal with all the the heavy stuff that adults have to deal with. So I was kind of hoping
right.
he would play for 4 years at Rockers, but it wasn't in him to do that.
Now,
So I said, look, I've played my 4 years. This is time for you to just make your own decision.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, we've talked about us coaching. I think the whole reason we thought about bringing this topic up was because of our dad, and his role in our youth sports experience. What do you guys remember? And I think I kind of know where it's going to go, but what are some of the things that you guys remember about our father being coached by your dad?
I know he was always harder on us than other kids. I think because he had to, like, you can't look like you're going easy on your own son. So just to the other parents, so you have to be harder on your kid just so so it looks right. You don't want to make it look like you're giving favoritism to your own kids. So I knew that. I feel like he was harder on us than he was other kids.
To me,
Um,
it's just the simple thing of just being there. I don't remember anything profound that he did or said or helped us win a game, but I mean, he was. I just know, whether it was baseball at 3-2 or if it was basketball through the church, he was always assistant coach for something.
he had some good moves. I know how he did help us win a game. He made our eighth grade basketball team. We went box and won against Holy Family because John Thies was like the greatest player in our league or whatever. But he put Mike Armendariz, the fastest guy on our team, box and one. He put him at the top. That was a genius move by Coach Paredes because we ended up winning.
He probably learned it while being an assistant coach to Jim Hack.
Yeah, he did. He was in the Jim Hack coaching tree for sure.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know what some of the, because I mean, think of all the people that he's coached, like I'm
Yeah.
curious what they would have to say about, because I mean, I remember my experience just as his son having, being coached by him, but I wonder what other kids, because I remember thinking, this is a guy, my dad doesn't say much at all at home. He doesn't say much, period. And now he's out here coaching,
Right.
whereas I don't see anybody else's dad, period. There's a couple people I could mention, a couple kids that we went to school with that I don't even know what their dad looks like.
I didn't
You
know
know
if
what I
they
mean?
had
Like,
dads.
right. Yeah. You had no idea. Like, and so, yeah.
Yeah, and it probably was hard for him too because obviously, like you and I were the best ones on the team, Jamie. Bobby, sorry you had Eli Pena on the team. He was obviously the best. But
Somebody had to
Joe,
run the point, though. Somebody had
Joe,
to.
Joe Mike Tuso was on my team. You also had Mike Conroy, Jamie. So it was, we kind of shared the spotlight. Sorry, Tony, Anthony, Pete. But so I was confused too. Like, why are you sitting me? Like in my head, I'm thinking we want to win this basketball game. So why are you sitting me and putting in this other kid who's only here because, for whatever reason, don't we want to win? But, obviously at that age, you got to everybody's got to play. Everybody's got to, I think there were even rules, right? Like You could only
You
Yeah.
had to play a certain amount of time, yeah. So you had to make
every
sure
kid
every
had to
kid
play a
got
certain
to
amount of
play.
time. Like I remember early on, like maybe when it was 5th grade, like when I first started, like why am I sitting? I don't understand. But so I don't know.
Do you guys
You-
remember the rule that if you were sick on a Friday before a Saturday basketball game? Oh my God, we probably
still a
killed
thing.
ourselves to go to school because that was you don't go to school on Friday, you can't play on Saturday in the Saturday
Is
basketball.
that a thing? So if Avery misses
it's
school
still
on
a thing.
Friday, she can't play?
Yeah. We had a girl that missed school on Friday, this past Friday. So yeah,
What if
it's
she
still
was
a
your
thing.
high scorer? What if she was could you go in and talk to the principal and say, hey, look, we
We need
need,
to make an exception. I need these
Yeah.
points
It's funny.
here.
But do you guys remember back when we played baseball in the summer, how there was really no participation requirements? Like there were kids that would go like all year and only play a couple games. And
Yeah.
I'm so much more in tune with that. Like, okay, making sure everybody's, played equal amount and, everybody got a chance to play first base or everybody got a chance to play pitcher or, what I mean?
Well, I remember that was one of Giles Dunn. He coached both of us. Did he coach you, Bob? I don't remember in baseball.
We played with his son, but no, I don't think he was one of our coaches.
But that was his thing. Every time he would pick one kid that had no business being on the team. Like this kid had no business making the team. And he would pick that one kid and have him make the team. So that kid felt great. And but he never played. He sat the bench every game, but he was part of the team. He got a uniform. He got to, do everything with us or whatever. And I think he felt that would help that kid. And maybe it did. I have no idea. Because like I said,
I think as a parent, I find myself a lot more conscious of that and how other parents are looking at me like, hey, why aren't you, I don't need any of that mess. I had a parent come at me one time when we were doing a competitive basketball league, and it was just right in front of Quentin. And and I wanted to say, you know what? They all suck. I mean, they all suck. Your kid sucks. My kids, sorry, Quentin. But no, he would even say in that league that we were in,
revelation for him.
We were playing a competitive league and we had no business. We had a bunch of,
I think that's what I
average.
would. At the beginning of the season, I would love to tell every parent, like, look, out of all 15 of us, there's a 20% chance one person might play in college. Like none of them are any good. Like you said, they all suck. Like, calm down.
Yeah, and I didn't mean suck, but I mean like your kid's not so great that he deserves to play
all the time over this. Yeah.
Whatever.
It's stupid.
But anyway,
that's why I never wanted to be in charge of the rotation and getting kids in and out. I wanted to know
my favorite. This might say something about me, but my favorite part of coaching was just designing the uniforms, and then I was out. Like our uniforms were always the best. But anyways, go ahead. They were.
He wanted to make sure everybody looked fabulous.
Fabulous.
Hey, what do you guys think about the? Did you get any feedback about our Quit Acting Stupid award from last week?
So this is where I have to jump in. Okay,
I think it should have went to you guys because you guys got duped.
Quit Acting Stupid award needs to go to me and Rudy and Rudolph, and I'll tell you why. Because 2 minutes before we filmed last episode, you might remember it was about the Stanley Cups, and so we heard a story about a lady that traded her kid for a Stanley Cup, and she got arrested for it. And so you jump online, you see the story, and you run with it. Well, I should know better. We later found out after we recorded the episode that was a totally fabricated story. It wasn't put out by any sort of reputable news source.
I'm gonna find out. I think that woman did get arrested in Indiana for like running over her husband with a car or something. Yeah.
But it had a picture of her. It had a name. It said she was in St. Joe, Missouri. So no, I think the Quit Acting Stupid award goes to me and you for just immediately seeing something on the internet and believing.
Don't get your news from TikTok, people.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get your news
for this week.
For this week, man,
new award winner.
It's got to be the Buffalo Bills fans that went out and shoveled this Millionaire Stadium for $20 an hour and then watched their team get beat. Like
did they
would you ever go? I don't get it. There's got to be snow removal companies in Buffalo. Did you hire one of them? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Did they not think to ask for more than $20 an hour? I mean, you got a billionaire that
There
is
was
the
a
owner.
line. There was a line of people. Did you see the line of people waiting to do it?
No.
Honorable mention goes to the Dolphins fan 2 weeks ago that had his shirt off at Arrowhead. It's idiotic. That's stupid.
I'm sure he had some frostbite on those nipples.
I did see a report on the news. I'm not going to name what it was because I don't really know exactly. But they did say they had people come into the local hospitals around here with frostbite.
Several.
Good.
9 or
good.
10. Yeah, exactly.
That way they'll learn. That way they'll learn.
Quit acting stupid.
Stupid.
Yeah.
So,
there you go.
The award for this week goes to them, to
Buffalo Bills fans who did it not only once, they did it twice, 2 weeks back to back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Idiots.
Yeah.
And you'd think they could negotiate for a better, more money, but whatever.
I know you got it.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. Well, with that being said, we will wrap this one up. If you want to send us out, brother.
You got two brothers here, man.
I'll do it. Hey, for my brother Jamie, for my brother Rudolph. Quit acting stupid.